Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and they did it again. We've been waiting to find out what Ecomi and Veeve's role is going to be at Comic-Con, and we noticed, they're not on the exhibitor list. So what are they going to be doing at this event? And it turned out to be better than being an exhibitor or a vendor because they're the actual official NFT and digital collectible partner of the Comic-Con at Home Metaverse experience. This is better than what I had hoped for, and I'm going to get into exactly why in this video and what this means looking forward. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the community and feel free to subscribe. I'm a crypto, stock, and real estate investor, but never a financial advisor. All right, so let's get into the article that came out today at the time of shooting this on July 19th. It starts off by saying, this year we celebrate all things pop with a wholly virtual event, Comic-Con at Home, taking place July 23rd through the 25th. And Veeve is proud to announce we are the official NFT and digital collectible partner of the Comic-Con at Home Metaverse experience. So, keywords in that it says official NFT and digital collectible partner of Comic-Con and the Metaverse experience, right? So, they didn't ask Matic, they didn't ask, Terra Virtual Collect or Animoca Brands or any other major metaverse crypto or major NFT crypto. They asked Veeve to be their official NFT and digital collectible partner, specifically again of the metaverse experience. Now, Future Tech Live powers the online events, and they've done this for a number of years now. It started in 2016. FTLX has become the official entertainment meets tech experience of Comic-Con at Home. This year, Veeve Collectibles is officially the FTLX presenting sponsor and NFT partner. So 2016, it's taken a while to catch on, but over the past years, a lot's happened, right? AR has become very much a thing. Metaverses have very much encompassed a lot of our lives, and especially since the event, you can't go in person, right? This is now the second year that you can't do it, and we have all been mostly stuck inside, depending on where you are in the world with lockdowns. But that doesn't stop the fandom. That doesn't stop the excitement of going to these events. And so this is the perfect environment for a company like Veeve and for them to be the main sponsor and main NFT partner associated with how people are going to be enjoying this virtual event. Huge. It goes on to say that July 21st is when they'll be updating the showcase event. And so if you have not yet, make sure that you go to the San Diego Comic-Con website, get registered, create a login, all that. And you'll be able to go ahead and click into the Future Tech Live when updated on the website on July 21st, and you'll be able to see Veeve's name right at the very top. Everyone's going to see Veeve's name right at the top, but I'll get into that. It says you can explore the environment and find the Veeve digital exhibit. So not only will Veeve have a name that says they're sponsoring this event, they're associated as the main NFT partner, but they'll have their own exhibit directly in this metaverse as well, where you can scan the QR code at the Veeve digital exhibit to download the Veeve app, and you'll also be able to see some of their collectibles throughout this world as well. And for the collectors who are on Veeve, which I am as well, this event is coming with con exclusive offerings. So right now when we get collectibles are usually a first appearance or a first edition, but these collectibles will have the CE or con exclusive edition type. So a lot of them will be first appearances, but having a CE tag will put a little bit more higher value in these as well. So I will be trying to snatch up as many of these as possible through the multiple days, through the multiple drops. I don't believe you need to be registered or anything to actually participate in the drops because they will be on the Veeve app like normal. But if you are a fan of Veve and Ecomi, I do recommend that you get registered to check out what's happening in this world. And I believe we're going to see a lot of big things happen, especially since this is the greatest stage for them to make reveals. And when it comes to drops, we could expect anything. I mean, there are so many different exhibitors who are going to be at this event, so much media, so many celebrities usually go to these events, and most likely they're going to align some of the brands with some of the exhibitors who are going to be there and the artists. So there are so many. There are hundreds of exhibitors. So I'm still scrolling. But I will list off some of the names that stood out to me. There are big name artists and anime companies and toy companies and gaming companies, but there are big names like AMC, Bandai, Blizzard, Capcom, Cryptozoic, Dark Horse Comics, Disney, Funimation, Funko, Konami, Lucasfilms, Marvel, Mattel, Mondo, Square Enix, Sideshow Collectibles, which a lot of the 3D statues that we've seen have actually been collectibles on Sideshow, Toy Tokyo, Toynami, and Viz Media, who I've covered in a previous video, is a massive anime and manga brand. And we just got a peek at what is the first drop of the day, which some people are excited, some people are not, but it is the Call of Cthulhu Idols, which actually had the Cryptid's Cthulhu, I think, going up in price, but these are very much statuesque looking Cthulhus that you are going to be able to place around in your showroom. They are definitely more of an artsy look, and they're all rares, but they are a first con exclusive look at a drop, including the Necronomicon, which I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, and I know this is not associated with Evil Dead, but seeing the Necronomicon got me excited. But one thing to note about this too is these come from Chaosium. Now, Chaosium is a brand that's associated with tabletop games. So we've seen digital collectibles. We know digital comics are coming. Why are they giving us digital collectibles that are tied to tabletop gaming? We've been teased about mini games coming in the future. So what happens if we get something like a Call of Cthulhu to play with our friends in there, or RuneQuest, or 7th, or think even bigger? What happens if we got like Warhammer? If they have something from Hasbro, or like possibly my favorite tabletop game of all time, Settlers of Catan. Now, these are going to look great in your showroom, but I'm just trying to think, what are they doing further, right? They could become animated, or they could be associated with mini games and actual tabletop games in the future of the app. Now, looking at the event itself, Future Tech Live and Esports Live, the fan hub for tech meets entertainment, VR, AR, AI, immersive gaming, esports, space, blockchain, NFTs, and more. And what do you see? Veeve presents Future Tech Live Comic-Con 2021, and Parallax at the bottom as well, which I'll get into. But you can see it's showing you a look at what one of the events looked like in the past. I believe this was last year's. I mean, it looks really slick, and it has interactive exhibits that you can directly check into and see the different exhibitors and different worlds. Now, some people will say, oh, virtual events don't always do so well. Well, they are when they're actually put on by the right people. Now, Comic-Con is going to obviously attract a lot of people, and Veeve is going to attract all of us, and Parallax is going to make sure that the setup of this environment, this metaverse, is done right. Now, Parallax builds virtual worlds. They are great at what they can do. From what I was looking at some of the stuff, they do virtual production, content creation of really cool looking worlds, virtual events that they put on, and who they've worked with are Netflix, Google, Bose, Unity, Magic Leap, Nvidia, Epic Games, big names. So they're associated with the best, and when they're putting on events with the best, they're going to be top tier virtual events. And they've been seen at major events besides Comic-Con as well, like Sundance Film Festival, Cannes, Tribeca Film Festival. So where there are massive amounts of people going to. So we can trust this event is being done well this year. But again, in this metaverse, Veeve is going to have their own exhibit. And we could see from the past, so will companies like Disney and Marvel. And I don't know if they're going to be mutually exclusive, but again, when they enter, what is the first thing that every user is going to see? Veeve. And I imagine there's going to be Veeve logos elsewhere. They're all over this thing because they are the sponsor of the Metaverse Future Tech Live, how you see all of these, and the NFT partner of Comic-Con. I'm excited about the con exclusive drops. I'm excited to see just Veeve at the con. But the number one most important thing about all of this is, because of their move to make sure that they were the sponsor and partner in this, is that Veeve is going to be plastered all over the metaverse. And that's so important because what grows Ecomi and Veeve? awareness. They're targeting mass adoption. And the more who knows about Veve, the more new users, the more Ecomi is burnt, the more we benefit as investors on both sides as Veve collectors and Ecomi investors. And who will see them is countless vendors, licensors, artists, brands, and news media will be all over this thing during and after. Veve is finally getting that big spotlight that we've been saying they're going to get. And the outcome will be a flood of new users being featured in more prominent news. And it'll attract more investors as well, because this is validation for Veve and Ecomi that they really are able to capture the mass adoption and not just be pigeonholed to cryptocurrency and NFTs, because that's the hardest thing, right? Is NFTs have been all over the news and everyone's been like, oh, this seems like a really smart investment, but not everyone wants to set up a MetaMask and buy Ethereum or whatever platform they're using, but crypto isn't for all yet. But Veve is. All you need is to create a login and have a credit card. It's as simple as signing up on like Amazon or anything else. So this appeals to the masses much more than any other platform can. And when we look at what the highlights of this event are, we can see it isn't just the metaverse, but what happens within the metaverse. And it's panels, it's virtual reality, augmented reality, robotics, emerging tech, blockchain, AI, gaming, esports, hackathons, promotions, and performances. But so much of this is happening within metaverse that Veve is plastered all over. And again, even bigger sponsors and exhibitors are at this event. And so if they're not already working with Veve, their Rolodex and awareness is just building out to even more who are going to want to be a licensor with them, right? Universal, Bandai, Marvel, Paramount. I mean, there are so many vendors in here. And speaking of Marvel, Marvel was actually mentioned in Forbes today, and so was Veve. So we keep seeing Marvel is mentioned, Veve is mentioned, which is great. Marvel Entertainment announces a new collaboration with digital collectibles company Orbis Blockchain Technologies Limited to build and launch NFT digital collectibles through Orbis Mixed Reality Veve. Now, what stood out to me, and it goes into about how you can use Veve and its significance, but what stood out to me is that it just announced this in Forbes, right? This is, a couple weeks old news for us, but it's the same week of Comic-Con. So it's bringing more knowledge of what's happening. And now we haven't seen that Marvel are going to be con exclusive drops, but I believe it to be highly likely because we keep seeing more news coming out from Marvel and Veve mentioned together in their NFTs. But also Marvel has a strong history of revealing news at cons. There's a look back at Marvel Cinematic Universe from Hall H, which Hall H is where the Marvel panels are. And we've seen some really big things like Loki crashing Comic-Con, the cast of Marvel Studios' Age of Ultron assembles, introducing Ant-Man. So they reveal new movies, spin-offs, characters, who's going to be playing who. And that's usually what happens at these kinds of things. And there are tons of celebrities at these too. And others who are also focused on the NFT space, who are also large investors like Gary Vee. So Gary Vee just posted this on Twitter today that he showed in April he was having a conversation with Dan Carruthers and David Yu of Ecomi and Veve. This could mean anything. This could, Gary, just be, letting us know like, hey, I'm well aware of Veve, I'm well of Ecomi. We don't know if they're working together. Maybe we could see VeeFriends someday in Veve. We don't know. But the point is, he made a point to post this today. And I think, he was kind of egged on a little bit, but it's in line with the week that Comic-Con's here. People are going to want to jump on the bandwagon a little bit more so, and obviously he knows the team, when they are in the spotlight. Now this is a jump back to March and April when everyone was excited about Veve and Ecomi. The biggest YouTubers like Andre Jick and BitBoy were all talking about it, and this is the start of what we're gonna see celebrities getting more into it, right? Like Gary Vee's obviously known about it, and it's possible that he might work with them in the future, but he's taking advantage of the fact that they're getting a lot of hype and spotlight again. A lot of celebrities will see what is Veve at this event, and they're gonna see it as a smart early investment and will most likely promote it on their channels as well. I believe we're going to see a lot of greatness out of this event, not only during, but even more so the after effects. And let's not even forget, marketing hasn't even started yet. They've been mostly recognized in the crypto space, but this is the first time that they're really stepping out into that mass adoption and are going to be seen at one of the largest events in the world with the largest fans in the world by some of the largest media in the world. This is that first step towards what we all want, where Veeve becomes a household brand and name. And I believe in the years to come, Veeve will be pretty synonymous with companies like Sideshow Collectibles or Funko Pop, and maybe one day an augmented reality app that is as fun and addicting to use as Pokemon Go. Veeve will be at other events in the future, whether it's an anime event or another Comic-Con event, but this signifies as the first grand reveal to the world of what's going to be the massive space that is digital collecting. While this event is exciting, I want you to think about the aftermath, because we're seeing that Ecomi and Veeve do everything calculated and think 20 steps ahead, right? They're making these incredibly precise moves that are going to pay dividends for them as a company and for you and I as investors for years to come. This event's going to be amazing, and I can't wait. As always, I hope you found my content valuable, and if so, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below about what collectibles you want to see dropped at the event, whether it's Marvel or Capcom or something anime. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell for future content. That's it for today. I'm Taps. Thank you for your time, and happy trading.